So I've made some changes, slight changes to the house. I've added another grinder, or a millstone. I've added some pretty tilings to the wall. I don't have any wool yet to speak of, so the ground is still grass. I thought I would put the windmill on this side of the house. I considered making it somewhere else in a separate building, but as of yet, I think this house, I mean, it's not a cozy residential area per se. I feel like it's more of a workspace because the mine is there, the millstones are there. So this will be the workplace place where I have a bed on site for nights when I have to stay late, work overtime. So yeah, I've measured out the space, and if I place the windmill right on top of that, it should be high enough and wide enough to accommodate it. So if you see here, I have already created my windmill. It took a lot of food and a lot of milling to get this done, but I got her done. And so you will witness the historic moment when I put in my first mechanical power source. How many wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. Apparently it's an even, oh well, it's an even number, but it'll make do. So I place the gearbox and the axles. There we go. And drum roll, please. Yay! All right. Now we are screwed if it begins to rain. Well, at the very least, I'll just have to replace that one gearbox over there. But now I had better hook up an axe, a saw, I'd rather, get my wooden sidings and corners and all that ready so I can create hoppers, visit the nether, and get some soul urns ready so that I can make detector blocks and progress onwards. I decided to change the side that the windmill is going to be for 2 reasons. The first one is kind of for aesthetics. I imagine I'll be spending most of my time on this side rather than on the mountain side, and I like the idea of seeing the windmill when I turn around and having it, you know, within view. Secondly, actually, I guess there's 3 reasons. The second reason is I needed the windmill up higher, and I needed to move it anyway. So I just thought, why not just move it to the other side? Because of the first reason as well. And the third one, I remember learning way back when I was in high school of how wind tends to blow, like how wind works around the sea and mountains and whatnot. So I know that there's going to be breezes coming in from the sea, but because there's a mountain there, it's kind of going to be blocked. And I'm not sure about the actual meteorological physics of this, but it seems more natural to imagine the wind blowing in from the plains or whatever's actually out there up the mountain, and then kind of going over that to drop a lot of rain right along the mountainside. And I don't know what happens after that, but it just seemed, I felt like the wind should be blowing from there instead of the other side. So That's why I moved it over. And it's, as you can see, it's really bulky, but I really like that massive industrial feeling that those axles and gearboxes give you. So I thought about covering it up at first, but decided against it, and just gonna leave it open, exposed to the elements like this. Since I don't have a whatchamacallums, the things that detect, yes, a detector block to automatically shut down that gearbox when it rains, I put a manual lever here, and right now the entire system is shut down. The mechanical power isn't being sent to any of these. But when I flip this, oop, there we go. Everything starts working. And I included this lever here as well because the millstones make quite a lot of noise, and I didn't want to continuously hear it all the time when I was working downstairs. Like, I'd have the windmill on maybe if I was using this saw, for example, to cut up wood. And so, yeah, I wanted the option of keeping the windmill on without the mills grinding continuously, so that's why this is here. Oops, fell in the water. As you can see, the hemp farm is coming along nicely. It's always the case that, see, I found that other than for the windmill itself, I don't use a lot of hemp. I do need hemp to make ropes, to, you know, create axles and to relay mechanical power and whatnot, but with the little amount of mechanizing that I actually do, the bulk of hemp that I need is mostly at the beginning of the game when I don't have any mechanical power and I need to manually grind things. And by the time I get a hemp farm up and running, even to this stage, I'm already done with most of the stuff. So, I mean, it doesn't become obsolete, but I just wish they grew a little faster in the beginning. But I guess that's kind of the fun of it too, you know. You really have to work through those first few stages, and you get a sense of achievement by the end of it. That's what it is. So I've made myself a little signboard with a list of the things that I think I will need to do in the long run. And this side of the board deals mostly with preparing, getting the mats ready, the materials for actually building the pirate's town. So I want it to be colorful. So I'll need a sheep farm with all 16 colors of, not the rainbow, but I suppose they are part of the rainbow. So all 16 colored sheep. In order to keep my materials organized, I'll need a larger chest room than the one I have now. Right now in the house I just have 2 chests lying there, and even those 2 are coming to the point where it's overfilling with a lot of crap. This is something that I want to do rather quickly because in my house, if you remember, I don't have any glasses as well. I've just kind of haphazardly put in half slabs to prevent creepers from blowing up in my face, but the skeleton are still able to shoot me through the windows. So getting that is kind of a priority. And this kind of has to do with preparing the sheep farm, but this is just a reminder to myself to collect all the materials that can be turned into dye, like flowers or squid ink sacs and cacti, as I roam around the world. The bottom 2 are this one is really something I can't, is not within my power. I've been doing a lot of strip mining down in the basement of the house, but so far I have not run into a single block of diamond. I would like to get that relatively quickly so I can start enchanting. In particular, it'd be really nice if I got a fortune pickaxe. So, you know, fortune is always good for redstone, for coal, etc. So that's something that needs to be done quick too, or I'd like to get done quick. I tried out the 1.3 snapshot, and from my experiments, if you enchant at level 30, there's a really high chance of getting unbreaking, efficiency, and fortune all together, because they increase the probability of getting multiple enchants with higher levels. Actually, I don't know if it's with higher levels or just enchanting in general, but out of the 50 or so pickaxes that I tried enchanting in the snapshot, the number of multiple enchants that I got were pretty high. So I might leave that off for when 1.3 is actually out, which is only in a couple days. And building designs for the coven, or the cove. I keep saying coven for some reason. But yeah, I've been trying out a few ideas. I want to have a lot of diversity in the styles of buildings that are there, because I imagine that the pirates, they're not, you know, all from one neighborhood. They didn't grow up in the same, you know, town. They're from all riffraff from all over the world, or all over the country, or wherever they're from. And so they're bound to have different tastes and different, you know, approaches to building and things they like. So I'm going to try to incorporate a lot of different building styles, but we'll see about that. I may show you a couple prototype buildings that I'm trying out once I get them to be presentable. But right now it's just haphazardly throwing bricks together, seeing what works, what doesn't. So that's that. On the other side of the board, I have some notes to myself to remind myself on the progression that I need to do with Better Than Wolves to actually make myself a mattock and battle axe. The mattock is a combination of what are they? It's, a shovel and a pickaxe. And the battle axe is the combination of a sword and a axe. And so instead of carrying a sword, pickaxe, axe, and shovel, I'd only be carrying a mattock and battle axe. So that greatly reduces, it increases the amount of things I can carry at a time, and it's just a lot more convenient because I don't have to switch between different tools. But in order to do that, I need to create soul-forged steel. In order to do that, I need to get myself some soul urns, which require ground netherrack being sent over a hopper with soul sand in it to extract the soul from the ground netherrack, and then that soul will be distilled into a urn. But in order to make that urn, I need to get my pottery started, so I need a turntable and kiln. In order to get that kiln working, I need to get hibachi and bellows. In order to make a bellow, I need tanned leather. In order to get tanned leather, I need wolf dung. And in order to get a hibachi, I need to create concentrated hellfire out of ground netherrack. And in order to do that, I need netherrack. So basically, this is the working order, the order that I need to progress things with. So to get that wolf dung, I need to feed wolf and stand next to it. Oh, and get the dung to collect in a hopper. Collect dung in hopper. Because otherwise I would have to stand next to the wolf all day, you know, to I don't want to be picking up dog dung in the game. Let's just leave it at that. Ground netherrack. I have a bunch of that right now. I did visit the nether. It was not a fun experience. As soon as I got there, a couple of gas shot at me, almost blew up. Well, it did, you know, you can't really blow up another portal, but they can put out the fire. But almost died there. Luckily I had a bow and arrow on me, so I was able to take care of that, but it was just not a good experience. I think for the Better Than Wolves progress, if I do record any of this, it'll just be in a time-lapse type of thing, because it's a lot of running around like a headless chicken, getting different things done. Oh, I almost forgot. Right. In order to get the hibachi and bellows working, I actually need to build a fireproof cooking place. I need a fireproof building. So, yeah, I'd better scout out where I want to do that, and start putting that together. I think the first thing I will do is... Ooh, be out of my way. I think the first thing I'll do is create a dung collecting room for my wolf, because that'll take a little time. And after I build that, throw in some netherrack to be ground up there. And while that dung is collecting, I'll be building the fireproof cooking place. Yes, I think that is the course of action that I will be taking. Okay, as you can see, I've put together a little dog dung collecting contraption here. And inside is my little doggy. And I was almost done building this before I realized I don't have enough mats to build the little detector block thingy that will make this automated. So the way it works is a dispenser is put into place in place of where that trapdoor is right now. And from that dispenser, meat is dispensed onto the dog. Doggy eats, poops, and as the poop travels down into this hopper, a detector block is placed here so that it sees the dung passing, and after it sees it, it is supposed to send a redstone current up to the detector, the dispenser, so that it will dispense another piece of meat for the dog. Well, actually, in order to make that detector block, I need lapis lazuli. Yes, lapis lazuli, probably one of the most useless, at least in my experience. It was one of the most useless blocks in vanilla. Oh, you know what? I actually might have enough. Yes, I actually do have enough mats to make a detector block. I forgot that with 6 of these, I can create the 2 parts that I need. Okay, so let's do that really quick. Oh, I have a gold ingot right here. So 6 lapis lazuli, 1 gold ingot, and 1 redstone creates a redstone eye. And then, let's see, 4 pieces of cobblestone, a couple of redstone torches, 4 redstone dust, and 4 pieces. Oh, awesome. I do have all the mats to build it. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay, I have the mats, but I do not have the proper crafting table. The grid that I need is a 4x4, which is an anvil, but I do not have that yet because an anvil requires forged steel, and we know all the processes that need to go before that. So Alright, I cannot, after all, automate the automated dung farm yet, but hopefully by the next time I see you guys again, it will be ready.